Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Alright, I already shuffled. Let's do relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. Okay. Are you aware of this? See, it's interesting here. I feel there's a change that you're actually initiating. You're initiating. Okay. You have the Ace of Wands. You're initiating a change. And I'm noticing you're standing here with the Three of Pentacles, Pentacles, Earth, but you got beauty here too. And I feel it, the cards, the colors on the beauty card are very, they're very earth tones in my opinion. More darker greens, darker reds, there's a yellow going on there. Even the background is more of a, what do you call it? A grayish blue. You know, it might be ironic. Just this time when I'm looking at it in the viewfinder of the camera, am I realizing that's a picture of a woman's face? I knew these were lips. I always saw this flower as lips. I just never realized the rest of it was a face. And I feel like it's saying beauty is in the eye of the beholder, in the sense of like what you've created here and what you're moving forward, you're very much invested in. And you want it to work out a certain way, and you're holding to that. Now, I'm getting here again. The World card is on your side, is what makes things better. And looking at this, like this is a whole phase shift. For a lot of you, I really feel like you're ending something else slowly, starting something else slowly. It's just kind of like, it feels like it's blurring to me, which I didn't think Earth liked to do that. But that's how it looks. Like I'm seeing an overlap here. But it's almost kind of like, I feel like it's slowly letting go of one job, slowly starting into another. Okay, well, I don't know. I didn't think that's how Earth really did that. I thought, well, like finish one thing, lock that up, and get into something else. I thought that was more Earth, but this, I'm feeling overlap. I am definitely feeling overlap here. But I feel like what they're saying is, some of the old situation is lingering. Sooner or later, the last situation needs to end. So whatever you're going towards now is replacing something else. But when I'm feeling this overlap, it's almost like trying to keep something from the past and start something in the new. And there's overlap here, but they're saying that needs to kind of disconnect. The old needs to end and the full attention needs to go to the new. And when that happens, this will go better. Your partner, and this might be why there's overlap, they seem to be having a difficult time with this. They got the Ten of Swords. They want to hold on to something from the past, is what I'm feeling with this. And I feel like they're doing everything they can because they're trying to work with you. And their challenge card is the Ten of Pentacles, feeling very grounded in what things were, in like fortifying that over and over again as many times as they have to keep it going as much as possible. It's almost like you had to move and they didn't want to give up that old house. So they convinced you, let's rent it out instead. That way in their mind, at some point if things change, when the tenants leave, they could move back in, you could move back in together or whatever. Or it just, they would always have it. That way if somewhere down the line they wanted it back, they'd always have it. It feels something like that. That's the analogy I'm getting anyway. Like, it's like they don't want to leave. It's like a home. Like they have to move, but they don't really want to move. So like the compromise is let's rent it out instead of selling it. And that way in their mind, they're like, down the road, if things change back to the way they were, we can go back to our old home and I can have that back the way I want it. I just have to, clean up everything that the tenants did, whatever that is. Now, feel like you agreed to this. If that's the case, you agreed to this. And it was like, I don't know, it wasn't a big thing. It doesn't seem like it was difficult at the time. But you're definitely like, well, we still have to move, so that can take care of that, but we need to go over here. So it's almost like going from Florida to Virginia. Like that's like a few states away. So it's like there's a big gap here. We gotta move, gotta go, gotta do it. All right, that works for this. And I feel like I'm feeling overlap. I don't like this. It doesn't feel right to me. And that would be the overlap. Like the last place is not completely gone, and you're going towards something new. I feel like there's conflict here. Basically what you're heading for is, for example, if we're going to use the home situation as an analogy, I feel like it's coming down to like almost like you can't afford it. You thought you could and you can't. And you're too far away to really regulate it, and it's just kind of like, this is stressful. I can't keep my eye on it. It's costing more money than I thought. It's not as lucrative as I thought it was going to be. It's almost like you're like, yeah, we'll rent it out, but then the tenants you got said, well, we're going to go somewhere else. Now you got to find new tenants. And it's becoming more of a headache than anything else. And it's coming to the spot where you're going to have to give up on the last situation. It's going to have to be shut down, like AKA in this analogy, that old house has to get sold. It's got to go. It's causing too much stress. Holding on to it is just it's not working out, making the future worse. It's not helping. Especially when they're saying the world card here is what makes things better. Selling that house, letting go of that, is going to move things forward, is going to make things better. Your partner, I don't feel, for example, in this analogy, when I'm pulling in, they don't like it. They got the Eight of Swords, though. They don't like it, but they don't feel like they have a choice. You're kind of like, this is what we have to do. We have to sell it. This is becoming more of a drain, becoming more of a headache. We can't do it. They have the Eight of Swords because they don't like it. They don't want to agree, but they feel like they have to because you're making it go. They can't fight against it, is what I'm getting. With the Eight of Swords, they feel like they can't fight against it. They don't really like this outcome. They don't really like it to work out this way. But the Eight of Swords is coming in like, it's like the finishing off of the Wheel of Fortune here, which is actually the Wheel of the Year in this deck, but still. The Wheel of Fortune, it's saying things are going forward, things are changing. There's no way around it. Now, ironically, you don't feel like you have a choice either. Like, this is just what needs to happen. And you have faith that it's going to work out in your benefit to do so. They're saying, have faith, this is for the best. This is not going to be a bad thing. Justice is ironically also in your favor in the sense of like, when you end that other situation, when you let that go, when you cut that tie, that's where justice is going to your favor. Like, it seems like you should be able to, for example, if we're going to use the house analogy, you sell that house, you get the money you need from it, you're happy with that, and that releases the past. It lets the past go. You can move easier into the future. The money you get, for example, from that house greatly reduces the pain of the stress from the new house. Like, it's working out. Your partner has these two cards and what makes things better. Holding on to the new future, and the self-love is like letting go of the past and reestablishing roots in the future. I just feel like they don't want to, but when they let go of the past and there's nothing left and they have to dig in new roots, it's almost like, for example, we're going to use that house analogy. Not only did they like the house, they liked the neighborhood, they liked the people around them, they liked where they lived and who they lived around. They're going to have to now get used to it, make the new house, the new place their home, edit it the way they want to, get to know people around that area. It's going to take them some time, but I'm getting once they reestablish roots, which should be easy enough, they'll be happier. They're going to go through a transition. When I'm seeing this self-love here, I feel like this is something they can be okay with. It's just they're going to have to work at it a little bit. Your encouragement does help, but it's something they're definitely going to have to come to terms with. Now, there's only one card left that I haven't touched on, and that's your challenge card of the Hermit. The reason this is popping in is from the moment you move forward, the overlap, the longer you wait and the more you hem and haw on the overlap, holding on to the old house, for example, and moving into the next one at the same time, the longer that exists, the longer you're going to be in this weird feel, kind of it doesn't feel right. It's constantly going to be a pestering annoyance. the sooner you let it go and cut the tie from the past, and you sell that old house, the sooner you can move on to the future, the sooner things improve for both of you. Your partner's not going to like it, but when that's finished and said and done and it's gone, they have no choice but to move forward, and they will. It just, the sooner they get that, the sooner that's let go, the sooner they can start moving forward to the future, and it will get better. But it's like the overlap I really don't like. I feel like that's causing a lot of problems. I just feel like for the whole duration of that existing, it's just, things are just not easy. Things are grating on each other. Things are just rubbing against each other in a bad way. Until like the past is like, we're done with that, the future can't take full form. And once the future does start taking its full form, you're going to be a lot better. Your partner will probably follow you after. I feel like you're leading the way, enjoying the future. They will follow after. It's just going to take some time. Okay, we're done. Okay, so that's Capricorn relationship. Let's do Capricorn single and see what we have for Capricorn singles. The cat's giving me like the eye here, so I don't know. A fuzzy orange cat may jump into frame. I don't know. He's giving me the weird eye. I think he's thinking about it. He's about 10 feet away though, so who knows. Alright. Messages for... Yeah, let's not have cat energy. Let's have Capricorn energy. Capricorn singles. Capricorn singles. Capricorn. What's going on for single Capricorns? Empowering information that shows them what's going on around them, that they can, do something with. Okay, we got a good card in the center, and I'm saying that because of what comes after it mostly. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, I feel like this is talking a lot about the energy coming towards you. Somebody wants your attention. But the way they're going about it is not the way that's impressing you. There's definitely somebody around you who wants your attention, but the way they're doing it, it's just kind of like, this isn't going to work for you. Somebody's trying to come towards you, and I'm getting gratitude with the Four of Pentacles in the past. This isn't new energy to you. I don't feel like you've completely shut the door on this situation yet, but you got gratitude with the Four of Pentacles. Somebody, they're nice to you, and they show you that they like you, and they're attractive enough, but when I'm getting this Knight of Wands, I just feel like it's the flitting in and out, the unpredictability of their life. Like, they have a lot going on. I get the Strength card with this person, and I do feel like this also matches in, is the Knight of Wands. There's a lot they have to handle. They have to change direction quickly. To you, they seem to flit around a little bit. I feel like you might even look at this person like they're the cause of their own problems. And I feel like it's like you're not like telling them how to live their life, but you're watching it and you're just like, I don't think I want that in my life. That's just not how I live my life, and I don't really think I want that in my life. And if I start seeing this person, that's going to happen. So... And it's weird because you do like them. You do have an attraction to them. And they're coming, somebody keeps coming towards you. They're like, they have some very passionate energy, but you're like, no, it's okay. The Four of Cups here is telling me you like everything but the way they live their life. Which maybe that's bigger than, I don't know. It just seems like they're a good person, they're attractive, they're nice to you, but they're flitting all over the place, and you're just like, that one thing that could bring down the house after a while. So it may seem minimal to other people, but I think to you, if this is connecting correctly, you're just like, no. And you're holding your ground. You're not moving towards this person. They keep moving towards you. And I feel like up to this point where you're heading, you get along fairly well, and that's kind of like, that's one of the reasons you're not shutting the door on it. It's because you get along fairly well, and it's just kind of like, I don't feel like I need to do that, but you're not really going to move forward with this. I'm just getting it's not an issue in the sense of like, you're not going to move forward, which is making me question, why is this coming forward? Because this is something you're going to need to deal with, because this person is coming towards you, and they're making it very like I feel like they're coming toward you very strongly, wanting your attention, wanting you to give it a shot, and really trying to push on this. Now, I feel like you got two ways you can go about this, ironically, and I think that's why this is coming forward. Because they're coming towards you in a very strong way, and they want you to give this a shot. Because of their quality of character, it's the way they live their life. It's not who they are, it's the way they live their life. It's the flitting around you don't like. So, and they're like, I feel like some of them at least are saying, I can live differently. I can do things more structured. Maybe you could help me with the structure. Give me a chance. Help me with this. I need your help. And maybe something could come here. All right, so you got two possible ways this can go. But one way it's like you go for this card and you're going to end up with this card. The other way is just to go right directly to this card is where I'm getting. The Ten of Wands is telling me you could try to make this work out. And some of you are gonna. I feel like you're gonna. And they're telling me that's the Ten of Wands. Even for Capricorn, that's a lot. Even though you can do it, you're not going to like doing it. Because you're going to try to help this person, help them get more things under control, help them stop flitting around. But it's their natural energy. They can't help but still do it. They're going to keep relapsing and doing that. And technically, it's not even a relapse. It's just who they naturally are. They're trying to fight it. I'm telling you, this isn't going to last all that long. I feel like the advice here is just to call it out for what it is, wish them well, and let it go. I do feel like one of the problems with this is it will end, this connection with this person. I don't see them coming around as much. I don't see them paying as much attention to you as they used to. Now, as this keeps going forward, because I feel like what they're saying is, like, you might give this a chance, but they're like saying, just see it for what it is, because it's not going to work. They are who they are. If, like, changing somebody doesn't work. I feel like a lot of people realize that nowadays, but just in case you're like, well, because I feel like they're going to say, I need some help, I need more structure. If you want to, give it a shot, but I'm telling you, the way it feels here, it's their natural energy. It's going to be very stressful for you, and you're not going to like it. You're not going to enjoy it. This isn't the type of relationship most people want, where it feels stressful. You know, that stressful in that way. Now, you got the Star card and the protection. I do feel as this person's energy leaves your energy, it seems to be, it's almost like having a friend that's too close. And as long as this person's around, I just feel like you're not really, it's just not letting other energies come toward you. When this energy leaves, something else is going to come your way. Especially when I get the Star card and the protection, I feel like as long as this person is around you, it's almost like blocking other things from coming in, is what I'm getting. And I feel like that's a big piece. Like, if you're still watching and you're like, well, this makes sense, but what's the point? You need to end this energy so something else can actually come in, because it seems to be blocking it. For whatever reason, and it may be kind of weird, but it's blocking, this person is blocking that energy from coming towards you, whatever that is. You got the Magician in your thoughts. Like, you want to create something. You're ready for somebody to come in your life. But this person, for some reason, this person seems to be what you keep attracting. Once you let this person go and just like, you know, this isn't going to happen, and you do shut the door, you don't have to slam it, but you're just like, no thank you, and just quietly close the door. You don't have to slam it, but you need to close the door. I feel like you get the power to really pull something in. This seems to be throwing things off. And I feel like this person's energy, they're not trying to do that. I don't feel like they're trying to do that. Really don't. But as long as their energy keeps coming at you, it's blocking it. I'm getting protection in the Star. It's like things can come towards you once that's removed. And your outcome is the Three of Wands with the abundance. You're off to new things. A whole new situation. Somebody else is out here. Now, I know there's a female on there, but don't get caught up in the gender. Because this, I'm telling you, somebody else is going to come towards you once this is shut down. It's kind of like you shut this door, and fairly soon after, the next door comes in. Somebody comes in to take that energy's place. But this one has to be shut down first. It just has to be shut down. I don't know why it seems so important, but it does. When that energy's shut down, when that energy's moved on, and it's not, I don't feel like it's a bad energy. I really don't. It just needs to be like, there's no possibility of anything here. Because I even feel like, I have to be honest, I even feel like the friendship is even moving on. With the Death card, I really feel like even the friendship is moving on. when that goes and completely is released, somebody else pops in after. Somebody else will pop in after. And I think we're good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.